Let's talk about how electric generators work. They are basically the reverse of electric motors. In an electric motor, you have a magnetic field. So here's my magnetic field. It's going to be directed to the right. And then you have some kind of wire loop. So here's going to be my loop. And it's attached to some kind of crankshaft. You run a current through the loop, and that's going to cause your loop to start rotating. That's the basics of an electric motor. Now let's talk about the electric generator. Same basic setup. We've got the magnetic field. We've got the wire loop that's immersed in it, and it's attached to some kind of crankshaft. Only this time we're not going to run a current through it. Instead, we're just going to start rotating. Just going to start rotating the wire loop. Now, what that's going to do is, because the magnetic field, remember that the wire loop is just made of protons, electrons, and neutrons. It's the electrons we want to focus on because they're somewhat free to move. The protons and neutrons are bound in place. The magnetic field is going to exert a force on those electrons. So this is the left-hand rule. If I rotate it this way so that this side is going, as I'm viewing, it's going up, but for you it's going to be coming out of the screen. Okay. So it's going this direction. That's the velocity at this moment. So it's going up. The magnetic field is going this way. So the force is my thumb, and that's going down towards the bottom of the screen. Okay. So the electrons, really all the electrons on the left half of the loop, at this moment when it's rotating like that, they're all going to feel a force down. Okay. Contrast that with the other side. This side, at this moment, they're going down, or I should say into the screen, as you're seeing it. They're going into the screen. And so their velocity is down. Okay. And the magnetic field is to the right, and so they're feeling a force up. Okay, so these are feeling a force down, and these are feeling a force up towards the top of your screen. And that's going to result in an overall current going this direction as it's rotating. That's the basics of a generator. The key here, besides this basic setup, is getting this to rotate. And there are all sorts of ways we have to get it to rotate. We use water if you're talking about dams. If you're talking about wind farms, so we've got the wind. I mean, that's what we use. The wind turns the turbine. You can talk about power plants, just regular old coal power plants, where they're using steam. They burn coal to heat the water to generate steam, and the steam is used to turn the turbine. You can use hamsters, small children. It doesn't matter. The idea is you just have to get this to rotate inside that magnetic field, and a current will be generated.